show the shirts, represent the boy.
Who you got, Usman or Josh Emmett?
Josh Emmett all the way, brother.
The only sale of a Josh Emmett shirt you'll ever see, and it's right next to me. It's the only one you'll ever see. It's going to become vintage.
Yeah, it is. It already is. I am sweaty as fuck. I just went 25 minutes
We'll see.
Yeah, Cejudo, Triple C.
Yeah.
But now we're here to talk about UFC 2, what was it, 288?
288
Man, we're getting up
UFC
there.
events. And it was...
I
I was actually kind of just average as fuck,
very
really.
average, yeah.
I didn't have high expectations going into it, but even then, it kind of even did even worse than that.
Yeah, I think I'm glad that Beneil versus Charles got moved off this card.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have been a really good fight on such a dead card, whereas it's got moved to, 290,
Yeah.
which is an insane card.
Yeah, so,
But yeah, this fight card was beyond average, I would say.
well, all I really cared about was the co-main and the main, but where did you start watching from? Because
Give me the prelims. To be fair, I did watch some early
I
prelims.
saw all the highlights of the prelims. So the first one on the prelims was what I said before, Marina and
Fisheye, Ben Askren,
Ben Werner Askren.
Kyle Hosas.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
I did. Dead. Boring fight. Literally just sat on top the whole time.
Not surprised.
I think I said 4 minutes. It was 4.5 minutes in the first round control time for Fisheyes. I think it was like 3.5 and then 2.5.
Yeah.
Just a dead fight. Women's fight. Are we surprised?
No, especially with them in the mix.
Exactly.
Even more, not surprised.
Exactly.
Chaos Williams won against Rolando
Bit of a controversy.
Bedoya.
I saw a couple people. I wasn't tuned into it too much. I was swapping
Yeah,
between
I saw
WWE
everyone
and
was saying
this.
this. Yeah, because we were watching Backlash, but
Yeah.
I saw everyone was saying this was a robbery too.
I don't care enough about it
Neither.
for it to be a robbery.
Neither. Kennedy.
This was a good fight. How do you? It's show me the name. I actually know how to say this. Nzechuwu.
Yeah. Is it actually how you say
Yeah,
it? Oh,
yeah.
So he
Nigerian
won,
brothers.
round two submission actually.
Yeah, it was
that was a
really
gnarly
good.
guillotine, right?
It was so. I don't know if it was a guillotine.
Wasn't it?
It was like where they like cross the arms.
Yeah, I do
It's
know.
like an anaconda,
by
a standing anaconda sort of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, none of
But
these.
there was a really good fight, really high pace first round. Devin Clark rocked him.
Yeah.
And he sort of got him in the clinch, and then Kennedy flipped it around.
Well, because I swear every time I've seen Kennedy, I'm seeing him get fucked up.
No, he was fucking up.
Yeah,
he got rocked once, and then once he got in the clinch, he was just landing elbow after elbow
Maybe
after
I just
elbow.
haven't watched him in ages because he's actually on a win streak at the moment.
3-fight win streak, I think.
Because he lost. Yeah, so back in 21 and 22, he lost 2 back-to-back, and they must have just been like the main fights for him that I've seen, but he's actually... Oh, no, he beat Kutalai. No, okay, I'm Men in Black erasing him from my memory.
I actually need to rewatch Men in Black.
But, yeah, Kennedy,
It was
good
a
one
really
for
good
him.
fight for what it was.
And he's on a win streak, so maybe he'll be coming
And his
up
mother
to
just died,
the...
so shout out to him.
Rest in peace,
Rest in peace
Mother
to Kennedy
Ken.
and Nzechuwu's mother.
Mrs. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Drew Dober getting slept.
Yeah.
Not slept, but
Look,
stopped.
the finish, I didn't have too much of a problem with it.
I
think
didn't either.
I wouldn't have
really.
been mad either way.
I think just because it's Dober who's known for
having the chin.
the granite chin,
Yeah.
and especially like he usually does get hit a lot and dropped and then recovers. So maybe people were wanting that. Like,
The only
wanting
thing
it
for
a
me
bit
was that
more.
he did get up and protest straight away, and he was a
Yeah.
bit wobbly, but like I said, I think it could have gone either way with the stoppage.
I thought it was alright though, even
Yeah.
like, and I'm a Dober fan as well. So like,
But yeah, fucking steamroller, choo Matt Frivola. Calling out Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah, well, it's so funny with how trash Pimblett is, and everyone's still wanting to call him out. I reckon that's just so funny. But then obviously,
That's the smartest move
because
ever,
he's
though.
such a big name and probably such an easy one.
But
at the
why do you
same
think
time.
so many people? That's why so many people called out like Alex Pereira.
Yeah,
Because so limited in his skill set, even though he is a killer. Like that's why you saw all the
kickboxing.
wrestlers like call him out straight away, and
exactly.
yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, what's
was that?
Paddy doing?
Paddy's
What is he
he's
actually
ankle,
doing?
ankle surgery. He's out for the year.
Bitch surgery, I think.
Yeah, ego surgery.
But that was the last fight in the prelims, and then opening the card.
Prelims were probably better than the main card.
Yeah,
to be fair,
Gracie disgracing that. Well, not really disgracing the name. The thing with the Gracies, though, and I've seen a lot of people say
overrated.
this, they're like Hoist Gracie was good in UFC 1.
was he though? Oh
Like,
yeah, in UFC 1.
Yeah, like at UFC 1.
And then even when they went to like friggin' Pride and stuff,
Yeah.
they weren't undefeated killers like everyone thinks.
Yeah.
Like I think the UFC puts, because they did create the UFC as such, like
yeah,
the
they
tournament.
feel almost like they have to kind of
Yeah.
You know, give the Gracies a bit more credit, which, like, they do need credit, but that doesn't mean in the cage they're...
But
well, they're obviously
I think Rogan was
one-dimensional.
hyping up way too much. Oh,
Obviously he
last
was.
last of a specialist, one of the best BJJs in the world. Literally did nothing when he had had opportunities.
He was on his bike,
Fucking-
like, on his back.
That Lopez kid against Moisar Evlov, literally did so much more.
And there was his debut, and that was on short notice
Short
as
notice,
well.
like 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, and Evilov's like this hype job.
We'll get onto that, though,
everyone's
but-
talking. I mean, we can just talk. I mean,
Well,
did you have
yeah,
anything else to
I
say
do.
about Gracie?
Yeah, Cron
Shit
Gracie-
fighter.
Thinks he's Nate Diaz because he's in that little posse.
Yeah, Jourdain should have knocked him out. And
Credit
then,
to Charles Jourdain though, he looked pretty good in that fight.
yeah, so how do you say his name?
Movsar, M-O-V-S-O-R, S-A-R, Movsar.
Sar. We'll just call him Mov.
No, Movsar
Molotov.
Evlov.
Yeah. So not as impressive as we probably would have liked to see.
Oh, debatable. I don't know. I guess he is number 10 ranked fighting a guy making his debut, but
Yeah.
we don't know anything about this Lopez kid.
Well, that's true as
That's
well.
like, he could go on to become a ranked contender.
Exactly. Well, because this was short notice for him, so
I have
he
no
could
doubt
have
that he
even.
probably could. His
Well, he-
boxing was crisp and clean. His ground game was... He had, a knee bar, an arm bar.
Yeah, it was like just
few
going back and
chokes.
forth between submissions. It was
Almost
like
got
showing-
him with that arm bar in the first round, and then if he had more time
Yeah.
in the third round, with the buzzer went off as he had a knee bar
Yeah.
locked in, I think he could have done something. So credit to him, he looked really good. He is in the camp of like Alexa Grasso and
Yeah.
Irene Aldana and stuff.
Yeah. So, where do you reckon... Because is Movsar ranked?
Yeah, he's 10th.
Yeah, no, he is 10, that's right. So, who do you reckon he should fight? Because he called out Korean Zombie. What's everyone calling out Korean Zombie at the moment? Is it the
that's a
same
good-
as Pumlet, where it's the
Nah,
name,
I
but
think
the easy
that's
one?
a good call out for him. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a good call out for Max, but
Nah, yeah.
Korean Zombie's still ranked like 6th or 7th probably.
I don't really know, because
Eighth,
featherweight
maybe.
is kind of like...
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's a bit back and forth with everybody, especially there's kind of been injuries and just...
Yeah, you could just rebook the Bryce Mitchell fight. But I think
mean,
he's
you
moved
could.
above Bryce Mitchell now with
Yeah.
that win.
Yeah, which isn't that hard
And
to
it's
do.
a fight. Yeah, exactly. We hate Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah, we do. Fuck him. And then we
But
had
yeah.
Jessica Andrade so satisfyingly getting knocked out in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it so much. I thought
Who did she think she was? Pereira coming out with the little
looked
fucking...
like fucking Fabricio Verdun when he got knocked out by Stipe when he was
Yeah.
just running in with the chin in the air. It was like as soon
or
as you
fucking Nunes versus...
Pena.
Pena.
Yeah. It was like as soon as she started getting hit, she just thought like she was like knew the fight was over and just had to rush in or
Hands
something.
down
like
is
that.
the worst champion in UFC history.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like-
I remember when she won that belt.
I literally have the messages saved because
Yeah.
I was at work
Yeah.
and you were texting me. You were like, "Rose piecing her up, got slammed on her head."
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, she's so dead as a champion
yeah.
and as a fighter.
I mean, and she has
She's
had
still
some good
what?
wins, but that's
What's she ranked? Like 4th?
yeah. And I mean, like
As much as I hate Cookie Monster Carla Esparza,
Yeah.
in terms of a fighter, the levels between what Carla Esparza can do and I think what Jessica Andrade can do.
I think Esparza's trash too.
Well, yeah, that's
That's
my point.
But I'm more excited just for the fact that Yan is like just a new person to actually be fighting up at that level, and I think a China card with her and
That would be
Weili would
sick.
be
Song
banging.
Yadong on there as
Yeah,
well.
fuck yeah, let's go. Let's make that shit. And I reckon that could be a good fight
Song
between them
Yadong
two
versus
as well.
Mobsar?
Yeah. Oh no, because he's featherweight. Song Yadong's bantam.
Oh, obviously, duh.
But Song Yadong, like, chuck him against, like, do the Cheeto rematch on that card. I reckon that could be good. I reckon that's what they should do.
Trying to think of who else there is.
Marab.
Why did I think Mobsar was everybody?
I mean, who else was
Yeah,
Marab
well,
fighting?
isn't Marab fighting Umar?
Is that confirmed?
That was the rumour.
Oh, that's probably what they should do then. But yeah, Yan getting the first round knockout, like, easy as fuck, really.
Mosfar versus I know Korean Zombie is not Chinese, but why not put Korean Zombie on that card?
Because Kim Jong. I don't know.
No, that's North Korea.
But anyway.
We're just all kinds of racist tonight.
The co-main event was the most how would you describe it?
Well, we Gilbert Burns versus Bilal Muhammad. I think everybody wanted Gilbert Burns to go out there and knock Bilal Muhammad out. Look, one thing I do want to say, I just want to get it off my chest.
You hate Bilal Muhammad?
Look, I don't like Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah, no one knows.
I have to credit him. Really good fighter.
Yeah.
one of the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I am no looker myself. But that man's literally is a fucking toucan.
I just hate the fact that he keeps winning these fights that I think he's going to lose every single time.
There's been circumstances in like all of his fights though, is the problem.
Yeah. Well, I remember his fight against Luke. I was like, oh yeah, Luke for sure, easily going to knock him out.
Okay, that one.
And then it was just Luke. For some reason, whenever anyone fights Bilal, they're scared of him.
Yeah.
Like, is it just me or is that true? Like, it seems like people are just scared of Bilal when they fight him. Like,
except Leon kicking his fucking head off.
Yeah, like, oh.
Exactly.
I don't even want Bilal to get a title shot though.
Well, the only reason... the problem is he loses to Leon, to Colby, to Usman, to Shavkat.
The most satisfying thing for me today is after seeing this fight, and I'm like, these are the guys that everyone was saying was more deserving of a title shot. And like, maybe they are based off a win streak, but when you're talking about like how their qualities as a fighter, compare Colby and what he would have done in there tonight to either of them.
Yeah, especially to an injured Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns hurt his left arm or his left shoulder or something. It
was in the first round, I think, wasn't it?
Apparently it might have been beforehand.
I'm not sure.
But apparently Bilal was injured beforehand. There was all that talk about the swollen ankle and stuff.
Well, that's just Rogan running his own
that was
novel.
like all in the media though, like the photos at the weigh-ins and stuff.
Yeah, but it didn't really seem to affect him at all. I mean, he dominated this entire fight, like regardless of the injury.
Yeah,
I think Gilbert
might have won the second round.
I didn't even think he won any.
Could have won the second. Yeah.
But yeah, just really disappointing for Gilbert, especially because he was on quite a decent run. I mean, the thing is though, like he wasn't even this is the first fight he's in the top 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say his run hasn't been that good, has it?
Like he fought Hamzat, who was like ranked 11, which fair enough, like massive.
No, what do you
hype.
mean? He won that.
Yeah, don't even get me started. But Hamzat, massive hype job, and obviously a good fighter, so that's like understandable. And then Magny.
Well, Wonder Boy before that.
No, but after that. Was
Wonder Boy not after Hamza?
No.
Fuck, I don't even know what year we're in anymore is the problem.
Surely not.
I thought he was on a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah, wasn't it? Is he?
Well, because it was Magny and then Jorge.
Nah, maybe.
Google it. You have to Google it now.
I think it had to have been. Well, good thing I got it right here. But we don't need to.
I feel like he was on a 3-fight win streak.
So he fought.
Must have been right before, was it?
His fight against Wonder Boy was right after Usman.
Really?
Yeah, so he won that.
So that must have been like still in the pandemic.
It might have been just after.
Because it definitely wasn't with a crowd. Was it?
No, it was, because maybe he was getting bowed for hitting him in the back of the head at the end of the fight. Gilbert the Dirty.
I honestly have no clue about time anymore. Is the problem.
But then, yeah.
I turned 23 this year.
Yeah, just past it. But lost to Hamzat, who was out of the top 10, even though, like, I mean, Hamzat, good fighter, so that's excusable.
Yeah.
But then Magny, why did that ever happen? Why was that ever a fight?
What the fuck do you mean? Because Neil Magny is the greatest welterweight of all time.
The welterweight division, Neil Magny.
Tell me now, who has the most wins in welterweight history?
Exactly, the man.
Bang, headshot.
But still. And then against Masvidal again, who was outside the top. Like, so, like, it's good of a run, but this is kind of a thing that happens at welterweight with pretty much everybody. So, I mean, I don't really think you can complain about it with him more than anybody else. But then, tonight, just a real disappointing showing, injured, but whatever, like, you got smashed by Bilal. So, and just, so Bilal, I mean, Colby's getting that title shot next. Yeah,
depends when they're going to do that.
I just, because Bilal was like, no, I want to be getting the title shot before
in
Colby.
Abu Dhabi.
If anything, I feel like this fight tonight didn't do anything for him.
Especially, like, imagine having a wounded... Like, think about what Aljo did with Dillashaw.
Yeah.
Not what people were complaining about that. Oh, shit, dislocated shoulder didn't even count for a win. Nobody's saying anything about this.
We were rewatching that last night.
But it's not like Gilbert... It's not like, Bilal hurt Gilbert's arm. It was going for a takedown. That's the thing.
Well, and he was clearly injured, so obviously.
And he didn't take advantage. I only remember him throwing like three. He threw like a kick. It was when Gilbert went for a takedown, hurt, like clearly like felt something in his arm, and then Bilal threw something at it. Yeah. That was the only time I remember him specifically targeting the limb.
And the thing with Bilal, like, he just has to be a minimum for a win, which, like, maybe some people won't criticise, but if you're talking all this game...
But people criticise Izzy for it.
Well, yeah. And if you're talking all this game and wanting a title shot over everyone, that's just not what you should be doing, especially when you've got an injured opponent who's doing nothing.
Literally.
Like, I'm going to look at the stats here because I want to see what they actually ended up landing between them. So, Bilal ended up landing 50 more strikes.
That's not that many, though, is it?
I swear they were... Maybe they're talking about how many strikes were thrown because he threw over 100 more strikes. But, yeah, like, looking at each round... Oh, it got a bit more dominant as definitely got more dominant as it went on. But I still feel like he kept backing Gilbert up against the cage, and then he would just like he'd go back to the centre every time for no reason. I feel like he just followed up at all.
He could have got the finish very easy.
And I think his corner were even saying that, like, you're letting him off the hook a little. Yeah. And I think the commentary was saying that as well. Like, if he just went for it now, he could probably be doing a lot more damage. But I mean, remember the decision is the name for a reason. So
yeah.
But anyway, I don't give a fuck what Bilal Muhammad does next.
We're going to the main event.
The main event. Oh, fuck! I just.
So satisfying.
Where do I start?
In New York.
It's
once that entrance music hit, I was like, yeah, he's winning.
I love Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah,
he's one of my favourite fighters in the UFC.
His redemption after he was definitely my least favourite. It was so weird. He was my favourite. He was my favourite fighter in the Corey Sandhagen fight, least favourite fighter in the Yarn fight, and then he's just built his way back up, just dominant victories.
That is the thing. That was the exact same with me. He was my favourite fighter, and then just the way he acted after that DQ loss.
I still remember the hype when he friggin' dismantled Corey Sandhagen in 2 minutes?
Yeah. And then,
so satisfying.
Yeah, and then obviously that Yarn fight
really fucked him over.
The DQ, and then it was just the acting afterwards was so bad.
Well, no, it was the fact that he went and still celebrated it after.
Yeah, I guess
that was what really did it.
I guess so. But then because everyone hates him so much and says like the cringiest fighter. What has he done apart from that to get so much hate?
Yeah.
What is he?
Henry Cejudo is by far the cringiest fighter.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Oh, who do you hate more?" And I'm like, "What has Aljamain ever done again after that? That's so bad." Because we were trying to think about that earlier. We were like, "Is this shit that I've missed?" Because at that time, I hated him just as much as everybody did.
People also hate him for like picking on Raul Rosas. When Raul Rosa said he got the better of him in training and stuff, and I think Aljo just was like, yeah, that didn't happen.
Well, obviously,
and people were like,
look at his last fight when he got smashed by who even was that, and then Aljo
put some respect on C-Rod.
Yeah,
C-Rod the G. If you're watching this, shout out.
Yeah, I forgot who it even was. That's why I couldn't remember. But anyway, Aljamain Sterling. Easy one, not even debatable. I don't even think this fight was as close as people were making it out to be. No,
I had him 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Cejudo had 5.
I had Aljamain.
Round 2 could have gone either way.
I scored it for Cejudo, but I honestly thought that round was completely even. Like, I honestly don't even think...
That's what I mean. Like, it could have gone either way.
The only reason I ended up giving it... I was like, I'll just give it to Cejudo, because I thought his leg kicks were, like, pretty significant in that round. I thought they were pretty decent, so I was like, I'll give him that one. And then round 3... Aljamain winning the entire round, the combination, the stand-up was so good in this fight.
Cejudo in post-fight interview, my corner told me I had 2, 4, and 5. Yeah. 4 was like the most clear round for Aljo, I reckon.
Well, because the entire time his corner was saying that he was winning the fight.
Yeah, which
and I was like, why are you saying that
to
him?
But the problem is, Cejudo isn't really a finisher, is he?
Well, he has been. He finished Cruz, he finished Marlon.
Oh, okay. 2 fighters that are like...
But he wasn't really.
Yeah, before that, I guess maybe because it was at flyweight and there's not really many knockouts. And then if you do want to poke
holes in it, you can be like, oh, Marlon, he's got no chin. Like, he's been knocked out by everybody.
Cruz 45 years old.
Yeah, so, like, you can poke holes in that if you want. I'm not going to lie. I still think they're good wins, especially, like,
yeah, but I just mean in terms of, like, being... Once he got down in those rounds, I didn't see him coming back. And Aljo is... kind of a decision fighter.
Yeah, and like Cejudo did spend most of his career at flyweight. Like he still hasn't had so like that many fights.
My
at bantamweight.
Favorite thing was the dejection post fight. I said I had my game plan. I wanted to beat O'Malley, go to 145. I don't know where I sit.
Yeah, well,
It's
like, it's just been complete.
Give me
Imagine him as
Cejudo.
Volk. Imagine him as
my
Volk.
God.
He gets smashed. He gets so smashed. But I'm just so happy because going into this fight, I thought Aljamain was going to get absolutely smashed.
I had Aljo by sub. I was so hyped when you had the bloody almost had the rear naked at the end of the first.
I just thought, like, because we've seen his fights against Peter Yan where he was getting out grappled in those fights, like with more like the wrestling instead of the jiu-jitsu kind of.
Yeah.
So I just thought Cejudo, being the Olympic wrestler, would just probably be able to take him down.
See,
and
that's
maybe
where I
hold
had
him
the opposite.
down.
Like, I don't think Cejudo has like the BJJ and stuff. Like, I think Aljo does.
Yeah.
Aljo has the, like the rear nakeds and the sort of backpacking.
Yeah. And it's just so clear that Aljamain is improving so much from fight to fight.
But it's
like,
so funny. I hate his corner with a passion.
what, Marab?
Marab, fucking Ally Quinta, Matt Serra, and Ray Longer.
Yeah. I like Marab when he's talking shit to Sean O'Malley though. When he's taking his jacket and wearing it. But
bro, did Sean O'Malley not look straight out of Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah.
Like, genuinely look like a crack whore.
What does he think he's doing
with the Michael Jackson jacket?
No, like after.
I want to see my Michael Jackson moves.
After watching that fight, when he's like, "Oh, you better be way better if you're fighting me." I was like,
you look like shit.
What? I was like,
you look like shit.
What are you talking about? But yeah, I was so happy for Aljamain to get this decision because, like, he just gets so much hate, and it's just so unjustified. And
it's only going to get worse with a fight against Sean O'Malley.
Because that people just make up so much shit in the comments to like justify their opinions as well. They're like, "Oh, Aljamain, most boring fighter in the UFC, so bad. He's had the luckiest title reign in history." It's like, no, he hasn't. I literally just replied to someone. I was like, "Yeah, he's so unlucky because he's got the most biased against him fan base."
I saw about 10 comments saying robbery.
Yeah,
Cejudo won.
No, he
and
didn't.
I was like, okay, I'm out of the comments. I can't do this.
No, the fact is that third round, Aljamain winning the entire round so easily. Like his stand up, like such variety, like attacking every level, like it showed up on the stats.
I literally said from round one, leg kicks are going to be key.
Yeah. And they were both ways.
Cejudo never checks leg kicks.
Yeah.
Think about the fucking Marlon fight.
Yeah.
The leg dying because of the leg kicks.
Yeah. And like just the fact that Aljamain was out wrestling the Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
The only person who'd ever taken down Cejudo before was Demetrius Johnson.
And it was only once. Yeah.
And then Aljamain takes him down multiple times and is able to control him for like most of the grappling.
I do think he shot a bit too much.
Oh yeah, he did. And his takedowns are shit.
Yeah.
Like he's
when they're not against the cage.
They're so slow and there's no power towards them or anything. It's so easy to see coming.
I think the fight would have been a lot more dominant.
I think just kept on the feet.
Exactly.
And that's what his corner said.
The visual of seeing someone on all fours while Cejudo's like holding his head down.
Yeah.
Whether Aljo could get up from that straight away or not, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And he still dominated the fight.
The fact
while
that
doing
people will hate Aljamain after this performance, like people were talking about how good Cejudo was before, the double champion, like one of the best combat athletes ever.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Aljamain beats him, everyone's just shitting on Aljamain's performance. I'm like, how can you not give him credit after this?
Yeah.
And people want to call it a robbery when it wasn't. And again, I just can't get that third round out of my mind because it was Aljamain winning, and then all Cejudo did was just take him down at the very end, and the crowd popped for it. And I literally was like, watch on verdict, Cejudo will 100% have won that round from that one takedown, even though he was already taken.
I was shocked at how much was given to him on verdict.
And it just shows clear bias against Aljamain. And even though Cejudo had already been taken down himself in that round,
and it wasn't close either. Like I think round 2 was like 5 points.
Well, I'll get the stats up as well. Actually,
the stats, the actual striking differential between the two was night and day.
Yeah,
I think at round 4, Aljo was at like 100 strikes landed, whereas Cejudo was probably at like 60ish.
So round 1, significant strikes 20-7, takedowns 2-1, Aljamain.
Yeah, clear round 1.
Round 2. See, this is the round I thought you could have maybe given Cejudo. Cejudo was up 31 significant strikes to 29,
but close enough there. Like it's
round 3. Aljamain was up 26 significant strikes to 15.
Yeah,
and they were a takedown each. And this is the round that everyone thought Cejudo won. Everybody thought he won it.
Yeah,
everyone
2, 3, and 5.
Looking right into the camera because I hate the UFC fan base. I hate them all. And then round 4,
I was genuinely really worried they were going to give the decision to Cejudo,
and everyone would have loved it, and they would have not said anything about it. No one would have said it was a robbery. And then round 4. 36 significant strikes to 19, one takedown to Aljamain, so he easily won that round.
And round 5, like, Cejudo can have round 5.
He did win round 5.
Yeah.
So literally...
Got the takedown at the end, and he was the forward pressurer.
Yeah. So round 5, easy Cejudo. Round 2, honestly, I thought there was such a completely even round, but there's no way Henry Cejudo won this fight.
It's 49-46 or 48-47. Yeah. No, I don't...
I hate it. I wish I could confront these people.
When 48-47 Cejudo was the first scorecard read out, I was like, how?
I know. I knew it was going to be a split decision straight away.
I knew as well.
Because it always is.
But I just wasn't... Once I heard 48-47 Cejudo, I was just like, man, I know it's a split decision, but I just don't get it.
It's not.
It just makes no sense.
It just really isn't. And I wish I could just take all these people and I just want to break down the fight with them sitting right next to me and just point out... Because it's just... People... it grinds my gears and I can't just get it out of my mind. But I'm so happy Aljamain won this decision.
Credit to Aljamain.
He's just going to have to put up with this hate. Like, it's just not going to end, I guess. No matter what he does. Like, he's beaten Henry Cejudo and he still can't get credit. So.
He's beaten, like, the two... Well, yeah. There's just no... There's no winning for him, unfortunately.
No.
But luckily, he's probably going to go in and fuck up... Well... dominate Sean O'Malley in the next fight, hopefully.
And I guess that's all...
Think about the leg kicks that he was landing on Cejudo, landing on O'Malley.
Yeah.
Fucking twig legs.
Yeah.
And think it like, at least Cejudo has the base to, like, stop the takedowns against the cage. Like, short and stocky, low center of gravity. O'Malley, huge. If Aljo gets a hold of the legs up against the cage, takes him down, gets the back, put all your money on round 1 submission for Aljo versus...
I would love that so much.
Like...
I'll
bet my life on it. I will bet my life on round 1 submission, Aljo versus O'Malley.
It just annoys me because like I've hated Aljamain as much as everyone else has, but then after that, like... But
nobody can change. People can't accept change.
I know.
Only problem is he beats O'Malley and then he kind of has to go up to 145.
Does he?
He said he wants to.
I reckon you could easily rematch Sandhagen.
Oh, okay, but he said he wants to go up to 145.
Look at the bantamweight division, actually. I want to pull this up in the season there.
Other good fighters coming up.
I think he will get destroyed if he goes up a weight class.
No, that's my point. That's the bad thing.
How do I use this?
I never used UFC app.
That's the worst thing ever. But I'm going to try and find bantamweight. Can I just search it and then find it? But yeah, I still think there's a lot of up and comers. Like, whether or not they get there or not is, you know...
They're too far away at the moment.
Yeah.
I think Sandhagen is like a win against... I guess you do Sandhagen versus Merab next.
Yeah, well, you could, because he called out Merab.
Yeah, I guess it depends if they're doing Umar, like what the go with that is. But you've got Umar.
Well, because, yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking. Umar's coming up, but he's probably a bit too far down for that, right? But then if he's fighting...
What about Song Yadong?
Yeah.
Like...
But yeah, all these guys are still like a 1 or so away. But, I mean, he still needs to fight O'Malley anyway, so there's still plenty of time.
You just got past it like 4 times. What do we got?
We got Merab, Sean, Sandhagen.
But Merab being number 1 contender means jack shit. Skip over him because he's never going to fight.
So we got Umar at 11.
Yeah.
So he could make his way up there.
11-1 is literally... people complain about that, but that is what O'Malley did to Jan.
Yeah. And he...
Like, that was literally 10-1,
wasn't that his first... Was this his first ranked fight?
Pedro.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that fight even happened. But
well, whether you want it... Yeah.
So, yeah, he basically had 1 ranked fight and got all the way to the top of the division. So, Islam Makhachev. And then you got Cheeto in there, like, maybe if he wins another one, then he can get back in there. I don't think Cheeto gets
the title shot now.
Rob Font looks pretty decent in his last fight. Maybe he'll get there.
I don't think Rob... I think the people that we mentioned, like Song Yadong, Umar, I think they are surpassed.
I think it really depends, like, what matchups get made. Because, like... depending who these people end up going against, they could get through or not. Because, say you put Font against Merab, he's getting smashed. But say you put Font against, I don't know.
Nah, see, you can't
maybe
name anyone.
Font.
Yeah.
But
maybe a Cheeto, like.
But like, just replace him with someone else, and then it's similar thing. And then Song Yadong looked real good in his last fight, so.
But then you've still got Petr Yan.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel bad for that man. He's had a rough go.
Yeah.
A really rough go.
Because he has the ability to be champion.
Yeah, and I literally saw after his loss against Marab, and everyone's like, yeah, see, he is overrated as fuck, and I'm just like what? I hate UFC fans.
Like, he was winning that first fight against Aljo, and the second fight was close.
It was a close fight. And it's actually interesting because people, like...
And he fucked up Jose, didn't he?
Yeah, he destroyed him. He almost killed that man.
Well,
but,
that was for the title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and people were always hyping up Jose. Oh, you know, he's not far away from a title shot now. Like, one more win and he'll be there. But yeah,
I don't really have anything else to contribute though. That was UFC 288, pretty average card. But I thought that main event was actually a really enjoyable fight.
Yeah, it was very good, real good scrambles and stuff like that. And it wasn't like backpack sitting like people like to complain about.
I feel like there was a bit of everything. Like, Aljamain had a few submission attempts.
Yeah.
Was able to grapple with Cejudo, which like I was surprised how well he was able to do it. And then they were going back and forth on the feet. But I think Aljamain, like, just his forward pressure, I think his cardio's gone a lot better.
The reach as well.
Yeah.
Like,
because I remember his first fight against Jan, and he was like gassed out so quick. So
but he was like shooting for every takedown under the sun in that fight, was he not?
Yeah, and he was getting but like that just goes to show how much better his grappling got, because he couldn't do shit to Jan. Remember, he was getting like thrown around, and then now he's out grappling Cejudo. So just give this man some credit, please.
Yeah.
But that's the Funk Master.
We talked for half an hour considering how dead this card was.
Well, yeah, there's a lot. I guess just. I don't know.
The craniums, the MMA minds of geniuses.
It's more just when the UFC fan base is dumb as fuck. I can go on. Because it will never end. Especially just with so many more casuals coming in.
Yeah.
It's just hard. But anyway, that was it.
That brings us to the end of the video.
Yep.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, what did you think of UFC 288?
Who won?
What do you want to see next? It's not even a question. But yeah, what do you want to see next? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Podian Redemption.
Peace.